gymnastics. As far as the wrestling business, what I did was I intimidated a lot of people. Because I didn't give a...
Welcome to Lila Studios. Today is Friday, September 2nd.
So swole that I
and
can't get this
supposed
shit
to have like a big
closed.
hook in
So
the
I'm
beginning to keep people's attention. I got nothing, man. I got nothing to talk about. I got a blank sheet of paper today. I got no notes. I was up late last night. I was drinking. I was out on a lake. I was partying, having a good time, and I'm not prepared for this show whatsoever. So I hope today, Hustle Rip Rogers, I hope today is your day to shine on Wrestling with Rip Rogers. I mean, your name is in the show, so are you ready to carry this thing today?
How many seconds have we been on?
I don't know. 20? Oh, you waiting on that?
Oh, yeah, you know.
Just hold on now. I don't know if it's been that long or not.
No, wait a minute. I'm not saying anything yet.
Okay.
You know you're not allowed, it's frowned upon if you use profanity the first 30 seconds of your podcast.
Seconds, yeah.
Oh, you think, or do you know?
I don't know.
I better not say any profanity at all. Hello, wrestling fans out there. If you're AEW fans, God bless you. And if you're WWE fans, used to be Vince McMahon fan, but not anymore. Now you're a Triple H fan. Well, God bless you too. We love America. We love pro wrestling. I haven't said any bad words, so everything is great. Everything is fantastic. Greatest ever. And Von Lilas, what a nice stout. Oh, no, we're not a heel shirt that Riley sent us. No, can't say heel right because that's good guy, bad guy. But I think in my opening monologue here, just God bless everybody. I love everybody.
Nobody's going to keep watching this show now. Listen, so we're monetized on YouTube now. So now when you load a video up, like you basically rank your own video about, how much profanity's in it. For some reason, they took half our monetization, like with the Gail Kim interview. They said that there's a lot of advertisers that won't want to advertise on that episode. I have no idea why. I think maybe it's because you called her the B word.
So? She was laughing. It was a joke. It was a rib.
YouTube doesn't get jokes, I guess.
Oh.
So yeah, Rip, you are still allowed to cuss. You can still say the F-bomb. That's fine. There's still just those main words you can't say. That's never changed, so fine with that. You can still drop some F-bombs. You can still drop some GDs every once in a while. Just, not the very beginning here and not every other word. That's all.
Gosh darn it.
So Rip, how's it been going, man? Been a week. You got the big holiday weekend coming up. What is this? Labor Day, Memorial Day? What? Memorial Day, right? Which one is it? I always get them mixed up.
Like, how would I know?
You got big holiday weekend plans? You go boating, tubing, fishing, camping. What do you do on the big holiday weekend, Rip?
Why?
I just want to know. What do you mean why?
No, I don't.
No?
No. When I got in the boat, then it started going back and forth, and I got sick at my stomach. I said, forget this. I'll never go back on a boat again.
So you've been on a boat one time, ever?
Well, like a rowboat or something out in the river or something or whatever you do.
Well, have you ever been on like a boat on a lake, like a big boat, like tubing boat or skiing boat?
Don't want to.
But that wasn't the question. Have you ever?
No. Don't want to.
Just not a big boater?
No, not a big boater, right.
Did you ski as a kid? Were you ever a skier as a kid?
No, don't want to be a skier. Did you?
Yeah, hell yeah. I skied on one, skied on two, tube, did all that stuff.
Did the King incorporate you?
Yeah, we would go out. Yeah, the Bakers. Remember Jacob Baker, my cousin. Patty and Joe had a boat, so we'd take it out. Every summer we would go to Rough River, Kentucky. All our Kentucky fans.
Oh God! All you talk about's that Rough River going
Rough
out.
River, Kentucky.
And that were Touchdown Reedy would go with you.
No, he didn't go there. That's our guide trip. That's Brookville.
Oh, Brookville. Okay.
Yeah, Rough River went as a kid all the time.
Oh,
it was awesome.
I never had a guy's thing like you're talking about. I wasn't cool. I wasn't upper middle class the way you were.
Oh, whatever. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do all the like and subscribe and all that stuff. Forgot all about it.
Well, just do it now.
Hey, Wrestling with Rip Rogers on YouTube. Go subscribe. Rip, we're up to 1,419 subscribers. And guess how much money that we're estimated to have made so far?
$3.82.
I think it was $9.32.
Wow. We could be able to retire tomorrow.
So this is episode 20... 8, I think. So
that's almost 30 cents an episode.
Holy shit, we are on fire.
Wow.
30. We get paid 30 cents to sit here and do this.
But I have to sit here and make sure I don't use any profanity. I wouldn't want to offend anybody.
You can use some profanity.
Oh no, I shouldn't do that anymore.
You got to liven up a little, Rip.
What do you mean liven? I'm
the one.
I'm bubbling. I'm bubbling with enthusiasm.
So no big weekend plans.
I'm Mr. Excitement.
Got your grass mowing in. I got to mow my grass today. Maybe you could do that for me. Hey, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Watch this stuff. Let it play. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell everybody to come watch it. Check out, we just put up 2 days ago, the big professor of professional wrestling, Gavin Garrison, Fletcher Chase, a.k.a. Fletcher Chase. That interview is out. I thought it was a pretty cool interview. Yep, Rip must have loved it too.
It was. I listened to it yesterday.
Sounds like he really liked it as well. Hey, today, you know who we got coming on today, right, Rip?
No. Who do I have?
Today we have JTG, baby. JTG.
Oh, I know he's not JTG anymore. He used to be.
What is it?
You don't know?
No, what is it?
It's By God or something like that.
His name's By God.
Something like that, or JT By God, or GAW, or something like that. He keeps changing his name.
That's his wrestling name now?
Uh-huh. He's not JTG anymore. You know what JTG stood for?
Just Too Good, baby.
Yeah, he's just too good.
He's not just too good anymore?
Well, I guess he's even better than that now. He's like the wrestler. He's a god, G-A-W-D.
Huh.
Something like that.
JTG coming on the show today from Crime Time, baby. Rest in peace, Shad Gaspard. JTG, Crime Time, on the show today. That'll be out next Wednesday or Thursday, whenever Rip gets around to putting it out. Well, you're putting this interview out next week, right, Rip? Isn't it your turn?
Yeah, I'll just do it.
It's your turn.
Yeah, okay. Don't hold your breath.
Hey, we also had an intern. His name is Waylon. Got him through the Ben Hameen Network, Ben Hameen Media Group. Waylon's been chopping up some videos for us. He was a little late. Waylon, you were a little late this week getting him back, but we'll forgive you this week. You want to keep him on the payroll, Rip?
No.
No. Okay.
Right away. They know they got to be there at a certain time.
All right.
What's Waylon do the first time? Oh, I didn't get it done. Things happen.
It was the second time.
First
time he was right on, baby.
Oh, what did you just tell me?
That he was late this last week and getting the videos back.
Okay, well.
You want to give him another chance?
No, get rid of him. Get rid of Waylon.
All right, sorry, Waylon, but you're fired. You've been let go from Lila Studios.
He was probably thinking profanity, but he didn't say it, but he probably was thinking it, especially the opening 30 seconds of the show.
It was a good run. It was a good run, Waylon. It was a good run, man. I forgot to comb the beard today. I have not dyed the beard at all week. I got the heel shirt on. Ryan Nemeth. Hey, whatever happened to Johnny Jeter, the shirt he was supposed to send us? Nothing. Did you get one?
No, but I got a shirt. No, what? No, never mind.
Johnny Jeter didn't send you one?
No, I was waiting in righteous anticipation and nothing.
Thanks a lot, Jeter.
Nothinng, nothing.
Thanks, nothing. Jeter. We're not going to put over your school anymore. I'm not even going to say the name of it now.
Was Manna Court or something? No, I ain't saying it no more either.
I'm not saying Manna Court.
Either.
Wrestling Academy.
That Johnny Jeter's running.
Hey, I got my LA hat on to go with my heel because Nemeth's a big Hollywood hunk guy, so I got the LA hat on. Go with my heel shirt.
What are you kissing Briley's?
Hey, he had a big match. He had a big title match. Do you know if he won the title against Wardlow the other night?
Why would they? Does this make any sense? A guy's got a title match against somebody.
Are you talking loud today?
I am talking loud.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
But nobody knows who Briley is, so why in the hell would you tune in?
How do you know nobody knows him?
Okay.
First of all, his name's not Briley. It's Ryan Nemeth.
Okay, Ryan Nemeth is his real name.
You don't think people know who he is? Well, that's what he wrestles as.
Oh, well, you got to... The ratings they draw, they need somebody that everybody knows.
Hey, I thought you did great, man. I hope you won. I'm not sure if you...
No, you just won a free shirt.
Rip, I don't know why Rip's...
What?
Bad mouthing you, saying you're not over. You're the most over person on this show, I think.
On what show?
Our show.
Who is Ryan Nemeth?
Yeah, he's my. I mean, as far as wrestling goes, he's my favorite wrestler.
No, you're just saying that Because he give you a free hat, free shirt, and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you just kissing booties is what you're doing.
I can't believe you're turning against him.
Huh? I'm not turning against him. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. Are you saying, okay, this guy's in the major league, he's batting .037. Oh, he's the best. I know him. I got a free T-shirt. I got a free hat. I'm going to call him Ryan.
What's his name on AEW? He wrestles as Ryan Nemeth.
But he was Briley when.
Oh my God, that's what he wrestles as.
Well, it's like
I'm not calling him like.
Well, it's like JTG being gawed by or whatever.
It's not like that.
GAWD or whatever.
It's nothing like that. It would be like me. It would like Triple H, me calling him Paul.
Well, you probably would to kiss booty.
No, because that's not what he goes by.
What does he go by?
Triple H.
Why is that?
That's his wrestling name. Why'd you go by Rip Rogers? If you went by Mark Shire, I would call you Mark. If you went by Rip Rogers, I'd call you Rip. So he goes by Ryan Nemeth, so I call him Ryan.
So I should just call you Skinny Legs.
As Twinkle Toe says, I've got the leanest legs. Leanest legs.
I couldn't think what Twink said. The leanest legs.
Yeah.
And Twink's the squat machine, the squat master, the squat meister.
Hey, it was his mom's birthday yesterday. Mother Twink was, I don't know how old she was, but
man, I could just think of Twink and then put a wig on him.
Yeah.
And that'd be Mother Twink.
That'd be Mother Twink.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, shoot. You better go erase that. I'm sorry.
You can cuss, man. Hey, so I talked to Rob Weedoff. You know who Rob Weedoff is?
I remember the name. He's Dr. Weedoff's kid.
Correct, from Seymour, Indiana.
What position did he play? I remember
I think he quit all sports.
Well, you know, Dad was rich, so he didn't have to do it, you know.
So he ended up going out to L.A. Now, I know
is he an actor?
You're a big gamer, I know, right, Rip?
A what?
Gamer. You play a lot of video games.
I never played a video game in my life. Okay.
Red Dead Redemption, I think, is the game called. So he was in L.A. for like 10 years, did some acting, did some commercials, but he landed the gig with Red Dead Redemption. It was a big video game that came out that blew up. And he was the voice of the main guy in it. I think his name was John Marston, I believe. So I was starting to dig into his stuff a little bit. And then they did a second version. What's that?
I was thinking this is Wrestling with Rip Rogers, and we're talking about Rob Weedoff.
Well, he's going to be on the show. So
you didn't tell me that.
So he's got one YouTube video out there.
Oh, okay.
It's got 1.5 million views.
Okay.
So I sent him a message. He said, yeah, I'd love to come on the show. So one day he's going to come on. John Marston. I think the people out there love it. A lot of wrestling fans are gamers. You're a gamer, right?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I think you'd be a cool guest.
I played pinball machine at BJ's Lucky Lane in 1968 across from St. Ambrose. They couldn't get me off that thing. I just kept winning more games. So then you get 3 games per quarter then. Then I just kept winning games, and guys would get mad staying in line, so I'd sell them my games and make a buck.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I was a hustler.
God, you... I also asked Ryan Kerrigan to come on the show. He kind of said no. You know Ryan Kerrigan, big football player?
He's an NFL superstar.
Yeah. He was my favorite player.
And now he's not because you told him...
questionable. He said...
You told him...
He kind of put me off on, maybe after the season. He's retired. I thought, what the hell? You should have plenty of time. You're not in the NFL anymore, you know?
Well, maybe he's got 92 women to...
He's married. He's happy. I think he's a one-woman man.
No, he's just kayfabing it, you know.
Maybe we should talk some wrestling.
Ryan?
Wrestling with Rip Rogers.
Are we going to talk wrestling? Oh, okay.
Hey, so I showed you the Wednesday night, for you guys out there in TV land. Wednesday night, CM Punk, Chicago, AEW, came out to do the big promo. Kind of was teasing maybe... You know, he was still injured. You know, maybe he was going to not wrestle anymore, maybe, or at least not in this next pay-per-view. And then Ace Steel comes out, lays down the law, gets him fired up. What'd you think of that promo, Rip?
Well, hell, Ace Steel ought to be happy because obviously Punk got him a job.
I don't know how long he's been there.
Okay. But anyway, the world's all who you know anyway. But I was sitting there laughing because I loved it. Because... Punk had that audience. He had all those AEW nerds eating out of the palm of his hand. He was controlling them to cheering for him, to booing for him. He was disappointed in himself. He was sad. He was it was great. It was obviously it wasn't where Here's your promo, memorize it. It was, here's what we're talking, here, do the best, do whatever you think. And that was really good because I was getting emotional in it. I know, I'm sitting there watching it. Oh man, this is good. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I hate that. No, emotions, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it was great.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it went on a little long at the end. I think Punk could have shut it down a little sooner and not talked about killing the week in Chicago and drinking blood and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's kind of funny, ironic, that it takes Ace Steel, who is not even a wrestler on the show, to cut one of the best promos that's been on the show, and he's not even like a featured wrestler or a wrestler. I know he's a former wrestler, whatever.
It's called getting over in one night.
Yeah, but why?
Chance to run the ball, and he scored a touchdown.
And just like you said, emotion. Why can't other people bring that kind of? I don't know. I don't know if it's because it was Chicago Punk, if it was just laid out that good, if he was just that good, all of the above. But you see, Daniel Garcia tried kind of the week before, and it just flopped like nothing. I thought Ace Steel was awesome.
Well, it's like Ace Steel's. He's out there and he goes, man, I've dreamed this my whole life. Now I'm getting goosebumps. He said, I dreamed about this. And he went out there and gave us nothing but pure, raw emotion. Punk milked that thing. And the AEW nerds, they're out there. First they're laughing, then they're mad. Now they're fucking crying again. Now, come on, you can do it. See you, Punk. It's awesome. As Ernie Ladd would say, is out there manipulating that audience, Von Lillis. Manipulating them.
That's the way it should be done.
That's right.
So to go to I think it was Raw or SmackDown, I can't remember. Maybe SmackDown. Did you see any of the Riddle, which WWE is now going back to first name, so Riddle is now Matt Riddle again. Theory is back to Austin Theory again.
Good call.
Instead of just Riddle. So
good call.
Did you see any of that with him and Seth Rollins? I should have had you watch that little interview promo deal.
No, I missed it.
So they're in like what appears to be separate rooms, but they're on the screen together, like a Zoom deal or whatever. And I'll play it on here. I think I can play the audio. But they start getting into it. And Riddle says something to Rollins like, the only man in your family is your wife, Becky Lynch. She's the only man, or whatever. And Rollins comes back with, well, your wife left you and your kids because she doesn't want to see you ever again, or something like that. Which I think she really did in real life.
Well, but hey, Riddle's over with me.
Well, then Riddle comes back with,
hey, wait a minute, whoa. First of all, Riddle. He was Monster Factory guy with Danny Cage.
Yeah, he's been on our 5 photos.
Riddle was a real UFC fighter that retired undefeated.
Right, yeah.
He's sort of like Spagnoli in that way. The one...
Yeah, he's a stoner.
Yeah, he's a stoner. With me, he can do no wrong, and with me, he's awesome. So...
I'm not saying anything bad about him.
Oh, I'm just...
Now, his comeback was, like, literally he was saying... fuck you, and they were bleeping out the F-bombs.
I love it.
And he was getting really, like, pissed. It was not scripted. It was like a serious... It didn't look like a typical WWE promo at all. I'll have to show it to you.
Well, that's good.
So it looks like they're trying to get back to doing a little more reality shit, and here, just go do it, rather than, here's your script, now go repeat it, and everybody can tell it's a script.
You're right. Before it was just Vince told everybody what to do for 40 years or however long it was. You get tired of the same old act.
Yeah.
And that you got to remember, a lot of the wrestling fans today, all they've grown up with, 2, 3, maybe 4 generations, is what he's given them, and they think that's it. But he did not give you professional wrestling.
Right.
It's like when he took over when he started the XFL. 4 days, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, adios amigo. You just can't change pro football. You just can't change pro wrestling.
Yeah, but he did. I mean,
he did.
He was in business and the biggest business in the world, wrestling-wise.
Yeah, but what did the fans get? The same guys on TV for 20 years? Yeah. All of a sudden, where you could go down to like Memphis and have 8 to 10,000 people there every Monday night. Now they come in twice a year. Maybe one with TV, and then maybe one's just house shows. But you're going from all over the world, people going to wrestling every Monday night, every Tuesday night, every Wednesday night now. Well, hey, wrestling's coming. They announced tickets on sale here in 8 months. Hey, I can't wait. And what about the business of the arena rats? We got the arena rats supposed to be servicing all these superstars, wrestlers, which is what it's all about. Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
Surely they still are.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. What kind of arena rat are you on tour? Oh, yeah, we're running 3 towns this month. So instead of saying, hey, this is Tuesday night, the 6 girls, you'd have your book. Then you'd have, okay, we're in this town. Here's all the girls we got. Then the next night, well, but you got your weekly towns. You got the normal babes, unless you're going to put them in your car and take them on tour. But if you're smart, you're riding with them. They're paying your trans. They're feeding you and doing whatever. But anyway, Riddle's over with me, so what the hell?
God, I was just going somewhere with that, and then totally just spaced it.
Well, we started out with the one word names, you know.
Yeah, I was
Riddle, Matt Riddle, you know. If one guy's got one name, that's it.
Yeah,
that makes you special. If 2 guys got it, 3 guys, no, don't work that way. If everybody's got pink hair don't mean anything.
So yeah, Cornette said, back in the day, the promos were more. Here's your bullet points,
and put it in your character,
and then go.
Yes,
go with it. So do you think Vince ever did that? Like back in the day, even did he ever do that, or have they always been? Surely the God, he didn't script out those stupid Ultimate Warrior promos.
I don't think anybody in the world could have scripted out those stupid Ultimate Warrior promos.
Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing: Vince McMahon was a genius. Because he made the Ultimate Warrior something, who was the gosh dangdest worst professional wrestler as far as being a pro wrestler. You couldn't get any worse than that. He was rotten. Can you say? Oh yeah, go. Yeah.
Did you ever wrestle him?
No.
Hey, Mickie James just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Mickie James. Did you ever book anything with her to be on our show?
Well, she said she'd get back with me. I'm still holding my breath.
Yeah.
In righteous anticipation.
Mickie James, don't forget us. I'm sure she watches. So happy birthday. Get back with Rip. So we
see,
get you
I already told her it was her birthday yesterday.
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, so I sent it yesterday. See,
yeah, that was
you're not up to date. So.
We didn't film yesterday.
Well, you should have said, whenever I film, if it's early or if it's late, I want to say happy birthday to Mickie James because the tape's already made or whatever. Or 43 days from now, it's Mickie James's birthday. You know, you got to get with it.
I'm not with it today.
You're not with it. You're.
Hey, I got so Tony Khan came out and said that CM Punk had nothing to do with Colt Cabana getting moved to the Ring of Honor brand of AEW. You buy into that at all?
Why would?
Well, him and Punk had the big falling out. I think one ended up suing the other, whatever. And so when Punk came back to AEW, Colt Cabana suddenly disappeared. That's where all this shoot promo heat has come from. Supposedly, some of the guys backstage are mad basically at CM Punk because they think that's the reason Colt Cabana got moved off the show.
Well, who knows? But the thing about it is it's Tony's decision. It's his company.
Yeah. He
could just say, Punky, come on, buckle up. This is goddamn business, right? You know, but it's Tony's decision. If he wants, he can move him whatever he wants to. He's the boss. Get real.
Well, yeah, sure he can, but if
shoot, and Colt, he come over to my house. We did an interview. I don't know how many years ago.
I was there.
Okay, so we sat back on the
Yeah.
On the back porch?
Yeah, you wouldn't let him in the house.
Well, it wasn't me, you know that. Imagine that.
Yeah, I was there. He came down from Chicago.
Right, uh-huh.
So how about this news? You're always saying, it's who you know, it's who you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
How about Jeff Jarrett suddenly out and Road Dogg back in to take his spot?
Well, you don't think Road Dogg is 100 times closer to Triple H?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
speaking
of course.
Who you know.
Yeah.
How about that, though? They just got Jeff Jarrett in, basically, a couple months ago. He's in charge of all the house shows or whatever and some other stuff. And then now he's gone. Now he's out. And Road Dogg's in.
Of course, whenever this thing happened, they could have said, well, let's wait 9 months and give it to him. Well, you might as well just cut it right now and start over.
Do you think it had anything to do with him wrestling in the Ric Flair show, or do you think it's all just because, hey, I like Road Dogg better? Like we're buddies?
I think it was both.
Yeah?
I think it was both. But, I'm not there. I wouldn't know. But if the situation was with us, that's what I'd do. If I was the boss, I'd make a decision. I said, well, Clint, you're going to take this guy's place. All right? Great. Okay. Fantastic. Great as ever. Jeff's going to land on his feet no matter what. He's a smart guy. What the hell? He's rich. He's a smart guy. Jerry Jarrett's son. He's always going to land on his feet.
Did you ever wrestle him?
Yeah, when he first started, when he was like 19.
Yeah, I remember you said that. You remember when you talked about his age?
I was right on, wasn't I?
You're right on. You're like, oh, you told me he was 18. It was 1986.
That's right, because he was a basketball player. Junior, yeah.
It was right on.
I know. Well, some things I'm a genius at, but most of the stuff I'm a total idiot at.
Yeah, I asked you questions on here. You're like, how am I supposed to know? That was like a year ago. And then you throw out the Jeff Jarrett shit. So, speaking of shit, AEW now is starting to get, the network is coming down. Cornette's been on this for a long time because they cuss on there a lot. They say shit on there all the time. It's so overused. It really makes it, I think, look stupid because everybody's saying it. But I guess the network is coming down and wanting them to watch their mouths.
Well, here's the thing. If everybody cusses, cussing don't mean anything.
Correct, I agree.
So it's good that only maybe one person is cussing on each show. Now, Tony's out here. He's got 3 programs now? 3 shows?
I don't know. 2 on TV and then a couple YouTube.
Okay,
things.
But I'll tell you, when you're booking television shows, you burn out so fast. And here's somebody that's a rookie at it, a novice at it, no matter how much he hadn't done the 30 years of prep of seeing all this stuff live. So he's going to be going crazy. It's so much stress, and you overthink everything. And I can see him going half crazy. He needs to oversee it. He's the boss, but let the guys that are there that he's got agenting or whatever throw their 2 cents in. It'd be just like Vince. Okay, the writers write it. Then an hour before the show, he rewrites it, right? Yeah. But give him a chance, because no matter who you are, if you're sort of set in your ways, and you make a hamburger this way, and it's good to have a little pickle on there every once in a while, some onion on there, or cheeseburger.
Have you ever grilled a hamburger?
Yeah.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. I've had some that was pink inside and I almost puked, and I had some that was like I would just
love to see you grilling out with a big apron on and
I didn't have an apron on. I didn't have the hat on either. I would just take the thing, boom, grab a bun and eat a hamburger or a hot dog on the run or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. So tell me if you've seen this stuff. Have you seen our buddy, close personal friend of the show, been on here, no pun intended, been on here, Ben Hameen and the Hameen Media Group, and Vince Russo. Did you see all that stuff come out? Have you been following that on Twitter? I've been clicking on clips where they were supposedly, not supposedly, they were consulting with the USA Network for Monday Night Raw for like 2 years, and they were supposedly paying Vince Russo pretty.
I've seen something like that.
Any thoughts, opinions? Well, how does that happen? Like, do you know, like, the network wants them to oversee what's going on, or does Raw know? Does, like, Vince know of this, or I guess I should be more prepared.
Yeah, you should be more prepared.
But do you know anything about it?
No, I'm not prepared. At one time, Vince Russo was a great shot in the arm to the business. That had sort of stagnated, and he'd give him a different outlook.
Yeah.
Me, that's since I'm a traditionalist with wrestling, he's not my cup of tea. But a lot of people like him.
Yeah.
You know, I like chicken, you know, and somebody else likes steak. That's good for them, but when you're a wrestling fan, you need a little bit of everything. So at one time, he was really big in the business. And then if everybody's doing sort of like he did, then it doesn't mean as much.
Right. So he put over Ben Hameen on Twitter, too. I saw him cutting a promo about Ben Hameen was one of the best minds in the business, in his opinion. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, it was.
It's your boy, man, Ben Hameen.
Well, you got to remember, he did improv for how long?
Yeah, I think 6 years or something.
I mean, it's improv. Then you throw that wrestling in there. Wow. Some guys can be really good wrestlers, but then they got no improv skills. They don't know how to get over.
Yeah.
They can't cut a promo. I mean, it used to be we might cut 10 promos, and we would do markets, you know. A Louisville market, a Evansville market, a Memphis market, a Hazard market, a Beckley, West Virginia market, a WSIL, a Harrisburg TV, a Springfield, Champaign-Urbana, with different markets, and you'd have to do a promo. Who, what, where, when, and why. Hey, cage match, Vaughn Lilas, Tuesday night in Louisville, go, boom. Okay, now you're cutting one for Thursday night in Lexington, Rupp Arena, Texas Death Match against Superstar Bill Dundee, got it, go, boom. And that's the way all the pros, they knew how to cut a promo. It's boom, 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 boom. You just change the market, you're changing your opponent, you're changing your match of what it is. And it had to be done quickly because you were paying for that TV time in the studios. I remember when Cactus Jack first started, he just stood there because Robert Fuller would handle the who, what, where, when, and why. And then Jack started talking, and Robert Fuller says, Jack, that was a hell of a promo. Why, thank you, Rob. That was a hell of a promo. But then Cactus wanted to do that Nesty plunge thing, but whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he wanted to do it, so Robert did it. And Cac about knocked himself ass silly, right? He says, oh, Cac, do that every night now. Huh? Oh, no, that's what you wanted? He was trying to discourage you from doing that stuff.
Was there anybody back in the day that you can remember that just wasn't very good at being able to do that?
Oh, a lot of guys weren't.
Yeah.
No, you got to do your due diligence. You got to get in that car and you got to practice. You got to talk to the older guys. Okay, if you've only got so much time, it's a 2-minute promo, but you might have 60 seconds to talk, or it might be split 30-30 with the baby face to heel on the split screen or whatever. You got to hit those points. Hit those points and get at it, and you can't hit them enough. If you're remembering 5 things, just get on it, get on it, get on it, get on it, get on it.
I remember, so I would drive, obviously, to Louisville. I didn't live there. I would always do promos in the rear view mirror.
Uh-huh.
And I would time it or whatever. But I was always so much more nervous to do, especially in the contract class, because I wasn't a contract guy. When we would do promos in that class, I would be way more nervous doing that than ever cutting a promo like out in front of a live audience.
Oh, live audience is fun.
I mean, it's
great.
I think it's kind of weird, but
no, I think that's normal for a guy just starting out.
I just thought it was easier to get into the character and feel, and like I wasn't nervous in front of people. I was more nervous just in front of peers, I guess, or other guys, because I felt like my promo wasn't very good.
Well, it probably wasn't, but theirs wasn't either.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to remember, a lot of the guys, if they were indie guys that got signed, they're not used to doing promos anyway. And if you're guys just like Brock, coming out of college, etc., doesn't do that. It's not his strength, talking. So you did fine.
Oh, thanks, Rip. Almost kind of a compliment there.
Almost.
How about a couple emails here, Rip? Got Greg Smith. So Greg Smith, really appreciate it. He gets on our YouTube and he comments. That's awesome. We need comments, Rip. YouTube told me we need comments.
Oh, we need comments. Well, we need...
Comment on our shit out there. It'd be great. Some of you commented, and I told you to email, and you didn't, so I'll go back. I remember one of them was about Hulk Hogan. Here's an email, though. We'll get to those. Greg Smith. He says, I'm from Wilmington, Delaware. So we got fans all over the place, man.
Mm-hmm.
And used to go to ECWA wrestling shows that Jim Kettner, do you know him?
No.
Ran in Delaware and in Northeast. Have you ever wrestled for Jim Kettner?
No. I wrestled in Dover, Delaware one time. Delaware's a state that's about that big.
Or have you wrestled in Delaware at all?
Yeah, Dover, Delaware. I remember Ole Anderson called me up. He said, can you make Dover, Delaware? So I had to do, it was the, remember when Pillman was dressed up as a yellow dog?
Yep.
I had to become the yellow dog.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I did, so me and Psycho Sam Cody drove to Dover, Delaware. So I drove halfway, and then I said, man, I'm tired, Code. So Code took over, so we went to pull in McDonald's. He got on his knees and had to take a bump. He drove us the rest of the way there. But they did a thing where, like I dressed up like I was Pillman the yellow dog. I imitated him, and then they pulled my mask off, and people was confused. Because it was Rip Rogers and it wasn't Brian Pillman.
Dover, did you drive to Dover, Delaware?
Yeah, 804 miles.
You think it was really
800? No,
How do you know that?
Okay, well, why don't you put Seymour, Indiana to Dover, Delaware, and see what that says on there? No, I might have went a back way or whatever, but yeah, do that on there. So, Seymour, Indiana to Dover, Delaware.
Miles from Seymour, Indiana.
To Dover, Delaware.
To Dover. How do you spell Delaware?
Delaware. Come on, Delaware County. That's Muncie, where you were the star at. You should know that. What's this say?
683 miles.
Okay, well, we might have veered off. Or maybe I was picking him up.
You were way off.
Oh, no.
You were way off.
I might not took the same thing there, but it was 804 miles.
Yeah, I just proved Rip wrong.
No,
Rip-wrongers.
No, that was the shortest way to get there.
Why would you take the long way?
No, That's like when we was in Lexington, you could go the interstate, go down to Knoxville from Lexington, go to Knoxville and cut over and go right to Johnson City, or you could go the back way. The back way, Garvin would go the back way, and he'd beat us there every time. And it was about 70 miles closer that way.
I would have went with Garvin.
Well, you'll like this. We were on tour with Ole. Me, Scott Irwin, Bill Irwin, and Bob Roop were in the room. They have a blizzard in Cincinnati. So we go there, or we're supposed to go there. So for 5 hours, we went 21 miles.
Oh, my God.
And then we got turned around and went back to the hotel in Columbus where we were playing cards. And the funny part about that, because it was me, Roop, Scott Irwin, Bill Irwin, and Roop went to the bathroom and he had a hot dog there. So I pooped in my hand and put it in the hot dog. And Roop come out, grabbed the hot dog, started to take a bite, and he goes, and he wouldn't put it over and just set it down and kept playing cards, which was awesome. But just think about driving 21 miles.
With you guys? No way.
Yeah, but we weren't going anywhere. But anyway, the whole thing was, since Garvin was he was Canadian, French Canadian, he's used to driving in the snow and ice. He made it down there in little over 2 hours, which should normally been what it should take you. He's driving like 57 miles an hour, and the cops are trying to stop him, and the road's closed, and Garvin just goes, oh! He just went anyway. So the only one that made the town was Garvin. So anyway, we didn't run Cincinnati Gardens that day. But Garvin got over driving in the ice, and we played cards that night. I made money. I pooped in the hot dog bun. Rube didn't put me over, but that was a hell of a story.
Hey, you are allowed to cuss now, Rube.
Well, I said a hell of a.
Yeah, I know, but you got to drop a couple F-bombs in here.
Oh, I don't know. You know, it's like Twitter. It's like Twitter dive bombing me.
Just say it one time.
No,
say it.
No matter what I put on.
Say it.
They said it might be what do they call it?
Twitter. Oh yeah. So listen to this. So on TikTok, did you ever see the Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins staged altercation in the parking garage or whatever it was?
No. It
was supposedly filmed by a fan's cell phone, and it shows them kind of getting into it in the parking lot and then being broken up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's supposed to look real, look good. And I put it on our TikTok page, and it got taken down for promoting violence. All the shit you see on TikTok, they take that down for promoting violence. What a sham.
Look, every one of the things on Twitter, we put a warning on this tweet because it might have sensitive comment. Okay, there's a picture of my... Oh, there's me in a picture, but it's sensitive. It could have a sensitive comment, but I didn't even say nothing.
They must know you, Rip.
Yeah. Every one of them. Then I'm talking about B-Bar A boot shops. Oh, they got the comment. Oh, about buying a mask. About getting your wrestling trunks, no matter what. Me wrestling Leo Burke. Oh, it could be sensitive.
Man, everybody's on you.
Everything's... There's me and Romer. Romer's in the hospital. And we put a warning on this tweet because it might have sensitive comment. Romer, he had a stroke, and I go and see him, put it on Twitter, but we got a sense it could have a sensitive comment. Wow. Are you afraid to if what do you call it when you have to what's the proper word for fart?
Fart?
Okay, are you allowed well, I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to say fart. They might say, "Oh, you're not allowed to say that."
Just talk. I'll slow you down if we need to. T Weasel just sent a message. If you get a chance, please wish my fans an enjoyable and safe Labor Day weekend. Do you think besides Classy Chappie, do you think T Weasel has a lot of fans out here?
Well, he used to, date one of the governor's daughter. He was on fire. Then he used to have another explicit, well, I don't even want to get into it.
And you know what else he did? He sent 3 photos with arrows on them. He must be technology. There's one in his suit.
Nice tie.
Potential 5 photos.
Very, very little potential.
And he sends 3 pictures. Shouldn't he have sent 5 if he wanted potential?
Oh, he
5?
probably wanted a couple extra. Or maybe he's going to get a close-up with the hot dogs.
T Weasel, the little baby picture he sends. That's fantastic. But he sends a video, a 1-second video.
Well, you could you could go faster with the video, and you could have another picture of it, or whatever. Weasel knows.
We need to start a T Weasel fan club, I think.
No, we don't.
No?
No.
How many people do you think would join?
I'm thinking.
Email us, thelilasstudios@gmail.com. We don't get any emails. Comment, do all that good stuff. Rip, I'm going to read a couple things. I don't know if you promoted this book yet or not.
Well, no, and make sure you don't use profanity.
The book on pro wrestling, Lessons from Rip Rogers, right here. You can get that
at Amazon.com.
Amazon.com. The book on pro wrestling.
You know what I noticed as you was
Lessons.
I noticed as you was holding that book up, you was flexing the arm.
Oh, I wasn't.
No, I watched it. I was watching the tricep flapping in the breeze.
Yeah, probably. Man, here it is.
If
If your music and entrance is the highlight of your match, you are in trouble. Your wrestling should overshadow your entrance, not vice versa. You think so?
Then the bell rings.
God, I remember when you were at the Louisville Gardens, and I could not wait. I just loved because back then they played real music too, because they didn't have all the trademark shit or whatever. And you came out to no music. And I was just so bummed. I was like, why did you not come out to music? You're like, I don't know. I don't know any songs. They asked me what my music was.
Dick the Bruiser come out to no music, and everybody in the place would be standing up.
Yeah, I think it was a little different then, wasn't it?
No.
Did they do music though at that?
A lot of times they play house music at the arenas and stuff. Bruiser wanted that attention on him.
Yeah, I can see it working for.
Yeah, if everybody has music, music means nothing.
Yeah, but I wanted you to come out with music.
I didn't get it.
Crushed me.
I crushed you?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Don't you think there's some people that Ultimate Warrior? I mean, he made it. It wasn't longevity. God, you slam that down. Are you slamming that down all the time because you don't have the Frito sack today or what?
Well,
is that why you just keep boom? Boom, boom.
Well, the last time you took my Fritos from me, you threw them and they had the 8 or 9 in there.
Yeah. Ultimate Warrior.
What about him?
His music and
did he have
I
music?
think, overshadowed his in-ring performance. I think it worked out all right, didn't it?
I'll tell you that song right there had so much energy. Had so much energy. He couldn't go out there and be... See, your music's got to fit you, too.
Yeah.
And whoever wrote that music and Vince okayed it, that was right on. Then you could go out there and have a fucking... Oh, I said a bad word.
You can. It's fine.
A 45-second match with Honky Tonk or whatever, and the place go nuts. But God, I remember watching him and Sting when they was in Memphis. They were the worst team I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I remember seeing them.
My God, were they horrible.
Yeah. The Blade Runners.
They had great... had a great look. Then the bell rang. They knew nothing about...
They lived together, too, I think. I believe so.
Well, they both did well for themselves, so whatever.
When you're putting somebody over, don't kick out at 3. Make sure your shoulders are down for the full 3 count. Don't put your foot on the ropes right at 3. Do it right unless boss tells you for an angle.
That's right. Because some guys have been around a while, it's like you hit me with your big finale, and right at 3 I kick out and jump up. You know. That's when the boss says, cameraman, as soon as the 3 count, get away. The other guy's probably going to be a bad guy, and he's going to try and get up and whatever. So get the camera off him. Put the guy over the way you're supposed to. When it's time to do the job the way you're supposed to do it. That's what you're getting paid for. The guy that put you over, he didn't do that. And if somebody did that to you, you'd be having a fit and crying to the boss.
Another quote out of your book: wrestlers never retire. They just don't get booked anymore.
Yeah.
Surely some retire, don't they?
Yeah, they retire, but there's always... Just think, if you can make a lot of money and get away from just being normal for 3 days out of the year,
yeah,
that's fun.
Hey, speaking of, September 23rd, Hustle Rip Rogers, Von Lilas, back in Seymour, Indiana, Brooklyn Pizza, Harmony Park, Sean Malone, NWA Supreme, or whatever that's called, Supreme Wrestling returns to Seymour, Indiana. Are you excited about that, Rip, or what?
I probably haven't slept since I heard about the news.
You're my manager, too, so you have to actually show up, and you have to actually go out to the ring with me and watch my match.
Well, I'll be right there because Sean's paying heavy money for me. You know that. And then I got the pizzas thrown in there. We get the Hustler beer, too. I ain't going to drink any. Hell, I'm still half soused from that little thing. You give me that thing.
I drink. That shot? Were you hung over the next day?
I think I still am. I'm not used to that.
Hey, now the King wants to know if he can partake in being a manager that night, too. He said, I am going to be your manager, right? And I said, well, I think Rip is, but maybe we can find a spot for the King in there, too.
Well, the King could be my manager, right? And I'm managing you, right?
Of course, T Weasel, they're all coming out. T Weasel, he threw.
Well, T Weasel, he'll be trying to.
He threw his name.
He'll be trying to con some way to get in free. He'll slip on the ground outside to threaten a lawsuit unless they let him in for the free wrestling thing and a free beer and a free part and half a pizza.
Looking forward to it. Can't wait. Harmony Park.
The Weasel's dieting.
How about this quote, Rip? This is for all the wrestlers out there. Currently with the love of your life, Rip's got he's always got good relationship advice.
I can probably tell what it is without even looking at the thing.
What do you think it is?
If your partner, whoever the girl is, if it's a girl, am I allowed to say it? Yeah. Anyway, if she ain't supporting you of your dream of wanting to be a wrestler, then you get rid of that girl. You can always get another girl. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, that is so simple and it is so true. Because all she can do is nag, nag, nag. Listen to that mouth. You'll be miserable your whole life. Get rid of the mouth. Get you a new mouth to listen to.
Relationship advice.
Yeah.
From the hustler, Rip Rogers. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, Rip.
It's greatest.
You are. Have you ever thought of starting like a Dr. Phil type show?
Well, that's what I'm throwing in here every once in a while.
8 hours at a real job is horrible, but working 36 straight hours traveling, wrestling trip is like a vacation.
It's awesome.
Your passion is not a job.
That's right. You can work all the time. Well, that's like Vince McMahon with his company is a passion. So he would hardly sleep.
Yeah.
And he's training with the wrestlers. You know, he's out there having the time of his life.
Why do you think that, I mean, I know they wrestled. Why do you think the McMahons never really trained, I mean, to be wrestlers, like,
well
it's full-time.
It goes back to Grandpa Jess.
Jess McMahon?
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's Vince McMahon's grandpa.
So why does it go back? Was he a trained wrestler or no?
No, he was a promoter.
Okay.
If you're a promoter and you're making buku money, why would you? No, I'm on the thing here.
I know.
Why would you want to make this much money when you make this much money, and make so much money you can give away $20 million for women? You hit on the side.
Like saying, I mean, Jerry Jarrett was a promoter, but Jeff still became a full-time wrestler.
Well, Jerry Jarrett was a full-time wrestler before he became a promoter.
Okay.
That's the way it always was, because you're the only guys that really understood the business. When you're a businessman going out there and getting in the wrestling business, you haven't had your how many matches? You ain't had no 2,000 matches. You don't know the games that's involved, the gamesmanship of babyface and heel. You don't know anything about the business. You're basically a money mark.
Yeah. And
that's the way it is. You can't help that. You haven't done your due diligence. I mean, guys don't walk in and say, I just inherited a bunch of money, so I'm buying the New York Yankees. I'm the general manager, and I'm going to be the manager.
Jerry Jones.
You ever played? No.
Jerry Jones did that kind of.
Yeah.
For the Cowboys. I mean, he's been kind of ripped on it for years. I don't think he's ever won a Super Bowl doing it.
Oh, how many teams haven't won a Super Bowl either?
Well, I know, but I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Maybe it'll be close.
But they're always supposed to be good. They got all the money.
Right.
He's got his own stadium, but he's always been basically the GM, and that's what he's taking a lot of criticism for, because he doesn't just hire somebody to do it.
Well, that's like the Yankees are expected to win because they're in New York, right?
Sure.
But then again, the Brooklyn Nets are supposed to win, and they can't do poo ball, can they?
Shit. They can't do shit. You can
right.
cuss. Hey, we're on TikTok here. We've got 118 people on TikTok. Anybody's got TikTok? If you're, we're doing our live YouTube show right now, but we're taking.
Get that over here so they can see my Andy Warhol look with my.
So if you got any questions here on TikTok, we will cover them.
The Donald
on our
Trump,
show, we got 154 people.
The Donald Trump. If I get wet, looks like
surely somebody. We are here wrestling with Rip Rogers. So if you have any old school wrestling questions for the Hustler right now, this is the time to ask the Hustler Rip Rogers, the man, the myth, the legend.
I better not cuss though, because I might get taken off
wrestling.
TikTok too. But girls can shake their whatevers on there.
Yeah,
and show
you can
whatever.
be naked and nobody cares. But,
but as a guy, you're not allowed to say anything or do anything. Just
Craig71 says, "Will you both watch Clash at the Castle or All Out?" What's Clash at the Castle? Is that a WWE pay-per-view? Never even heard of it.
No.
Or All Out, is that that's AEW? Probably won't watch either. Well, actually, I think All Out you got to pay for, don't you? I'm not paying for it. I got Peacock, so if I can watch one of them on Peacock, I'll watch some of that stuff on Peacock, I guess. And then I'll just watch I just watch the Twitter clips, really. YouTube clips, Twitter clips, catch the highlights.
And the lowlights. Can't swear. What is he, Dar?
Danhausen reincarnation. What is he? Are you a Dan? Yeah, I don't know about that. There, Chosen Wolf. Yeah.
Sorry, Chosen Wolf.
You're out.
Yeah, you're good. You're done.
Happy Rider. Hi, Happy Rider 420. Pothead. Hello. Give us some questions. Come on, people. Save this show right now. This is your chance, TikTok. Come through.
Hey, look at all these people joining. Nobody asking a question or whatever. We're just sitting here hanging out at Lila's Studios, trying to be over, trying not to use profanity. Going over my book, peddling this. We got all these people that are joining. Join.
Hey, go over there to Wrestling with Rip Rogers on YouTube. All right, we're going to get back to your book then if nobody's going to ask us a question.
Hey, Matt Thomas sent us likes. Join. Hell, it's hard for me to see with these glasses.
Here's a quote here. Oh, wait. When a wrestler wins the title belt and then they lose it later, on, do they get to keep that belt? No, they don't. No. Typically, the company has one belt, and whoever is the champion, well, not one belt for each, whatever. Whoever loses it, the other person travels with it. When you win the belt, you travel with the belt. If I divorce my wife, is she still my sister? Asking for a friend.
Well, I guess if you're from Eastern Kentucky, she could be.
Yeah, you must be from Kentucky. We are here with Rip Rogers taking wrestling questions. Here you go, Rip. Here's one of your quotes. It says, the best way to get in shape for pro wrestling is to wrestle. Bike, stepper, squats are good, but to get in shape, you need to wrestle.
Yeah, you're not trying to see how many steppers you can do or how many lunges you do or how long you're going to ride a bike or whatever. You need what you're doing is your pro wrestling. So just pro wrestle.
That was wasn't my favorite thing to do, but one of my favorite things about your class, like Joey Mercury. Love Joey Mercury, had a great time with him. Think he's a hell of a wrestling mind. But when he was teaching that class, he had them outside like running sprints and doing squats and doing all this stuff. I was like, God, and they used to do it at the power plant too, didn't they? Didn't they do all the squats and your class, you would chain wrestle for an hour. I would
and usually so the normal person, first time in there, you're puking in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Now, if we had like 6 hours of class minimum every day, we would have done squats right there.
Oh.
Yeah, we would have done all that stuff.
You just said in your book, no. You said it's good, but why replace wrestling with squats?
Oh, no, I don't think that's what I said.
Okay, what'd you
I
say?
said if we had more time.
Then no.
Oh, okay.
Why would you want us to do squats? I got the leanest legs in the business already. I don't need to do any squats.
No, the squats will make your legs bigger. That's why
you're... Remember when you made Cheese do those push-ups every day?
Well, he got better, didn't he?
Yeah.
Cheese was looking pretty good.
If you have to ask who the guy is to the right, something...
If you
you two ex-wrestlers? Yes, kind of. Rip Rogers. Hustle Rip Rogers. Look him up.
Oh, God. That's from Indiana Dreamer. Must be he's got to be a millennial. The only thing he knows is WWE.
Hey, here we got a question. During the WCW era with Road Warrior Hawk, did you like that guy the first time before coming his alliance or whatever?
During the WCW...
Did you know Hawk real well at all? Road Warrior. You know him, like him?
Oh, I loved Hawk. He was really good.
How was he toward you? Did he like you?
Hawk was funnier than shit.
Was he?
He was a great guy. With the Road Warriors, he did the best promo. He had that voice.
Oh yeah, his voice. Awesome.
He was the best seller and the best comeback guy. So, but Joe was making that money too, you know. But Hawk was he was really good. He was really good.
Is Randy Orton top 10 of all time? Is Randy Orton top 10 of all time?
Randy's very good, but unless you can see every wrestler in their prime dominating as babyface and heel, able to cut promos on the fly, wrestle on the fly. If you can't call a match on the fly, excuse me, you're not any good.
Well, you don't think he can?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, it's not going to be, 10 years from now, here's this guy's promo. They give him a script. He memorized it. Here's the guy's match. They gave him a script. He memorized it. Oh, well, they only got a 6-minute attention span in today's world now.
I think Randy Orton's awesome. Close personal friend of the show. Got us in SmackDown. I mean, put him over, Rip.
Well, Randy's great. He's an Orton. Get real. His dad was Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah.
His grandfather was Bob Orton Sr., who was a major star in the 50s. My God, all the Ortons were great. They're synonymous with greatness. If you're an Orton, you're great. That's all there is to it. But I thought everybody knew that.
Yeah, well. This guy wants to know, were you afraid of Cactus Jack?
A cat?
Were you afraid of him?
What do you mean afraid of him? Cac was funnier than hell.
Were you afraid of him?
Cac wasn't a fighter.
No, he was a nice guy.
Cactus
is a nice guy.
He's probably one of the most normal guys in the pro wrestling business because, excuse me, but all the wrestlers, if you're a wrestler, you're missing a card. It's great, though. It'd be like a race car driver or, you know, roller derby guy or anybody that's... Anyway, yeah.
So you weren't scared of Cactus Jack?
No.
No.
I'd start laughing in the ring with him sometimes, and he'd start laughing, and we'd almost kill ourselves. But...
Rip Rogers was jacked up. Oh, this is that Monster Drink Red Bull guy back. Remember he had all those... wasn't that the guy that had all those stupid questions a long time ago?
We're allowed to have stupid questions. This is a stupid question
Monster
thing.
Drink Red Bull is back, baby.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
Favorite.
It don't get any better than that.
Rip Rogers was jacked up back then. Yeah. Show him your tricep or your bicep pose, Rip. Come on.
No.
Thoughts on Vader? Got a question here. Thoughts on Big Van Vader, Rip?
Well, Vader played pro football. Vader was a tough guy. Vader worked real hard in the ring. Vader hurt a lot of guys. Well, you got to remember he probably weighed, man, he was over 400 pounds.
Was he?
Yeah, and when you're there and he's jumping on and when he punched you, guys the bigger the guy is, they don't have that touch. And he would hit he didn't have a very good punch, so he just hit you. And said, well, he might pay you a little extra, but sorry about that, kid, but I had to knock your head half off. Who was someone?
What about Chief J. Strongbow?
Strongbow was a pro.
Yeah.
Strongbow was really just an Italian wrestler.
He wasn't a real Indian chief?
No, he really wasn't an Indian chief, and he wouldn't touch you in the ring, and he didn't like to be touched.
Hey, brother.
Vaughn, did you ever go to the old Davis Arena in Jeffersonville?
Yeah, Carl Brown. That's where I originally trained. I was at the old arena with Nick Dinsmore, my original trainer. I used to watch Rip when he was the OVW champion at the old building in Jeffersonville, Mechanic Street, right, Rip? Yeah, I was there, baby. It was smelly, but
it was a great place to train, and it had a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it was kind of weird going from that little ring though to the big ring. That was an adjustment. Everybody asks questions at the same time. The rumor Shawn Michaels was a dickhead. Yeah, Rip's talked about that before. He wasn't a big Shawn Michaels fan. What about Bad News Brown? Didn't you drive with Bad News?
Yeah, I remember the first night I went into Calgary, so I went in the back of the bus, and everybody looked at me. I said, "Well, what did I do? I'm going to the back of the bus, right?" I didn't know that was News's seat.
Oh, really?
And he come in, looked at me, and he says, "You're in my seat." I said, "Oh God, let me get out of here." He said, "No, you can sit there." I said, "Oh no, heck no."
Did you know him before that?
Just by reputation.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want him to. Oh. And then one time in the ring, we're messing around, right?
Yeah.
So I start shooting on him. He says, "You don't want this." I said, "I got to feel it, News." He put a hammerlock in me, and I'm ready to cry in about 2 seconds. And I'm tapping out. "News, let me out, please." He says, "Oh, no, you had to feel it, didn't you?" I said, "I can tell 3 generations of my grandchildren that you killed me," whatever, right? But he was funny. He was Bad News.
Bad News Brown, baby.
Bad News was bad news.
Any DDP stories? Did you know Diamond Dallas Page much at all? Well,
he come in, and when you first meet somebody, Dallas is real charismatic. And in my opinion, he wasn't a pro to be that charismatic. He was chehaing everybody like he was one of the boys working for 20 years.
And when he wasn't?
Yeah, when he wasn't. That's just his personality. Yeah. And I see that now. But at the time, I did like the king. I just shook my head.
Right.
But he had a thing where he had to script everything, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's good. You can't work that way. And then I remember he gave a script to Kurt Hennig. Kurt Hennig just threw it back at him. Kurt just shaking his head. Well, Kurt was, second generation wrestler. Kurt was one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
But I like DDP, and he got in, and it was hard for him to get in because he's about 6'5" or 6.
Yeah, and he was a manager.
Yeah, and he was bigger, and he had Pat Tanaka.
Yeah.
And Paul Diamond, right? And Pat was short, and Paul's like normal size. And he was looking like a giant. You don't want the man. You want a little Jimmy Hart guy.
Yeah, I never did understand that, but we got more questions here.
Oh, okay.
Rip used to box. How many KOs did you have in real boxing?
Well, let's put it that way. When I fought, either I knocked the guy out or they knocked me out. And wow, And it was just like in the Rocky movie, and they'd hit you, and your body discombobulate, and you see that whoop, 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 going around.
We've talked about it on one of our old YouTube shows. If you guys are on TikTok, go to YouTube, Wrestling with Rip Rogers. Check out all our stuff.
About Arville Hutto. Oh, yeah, Arville Hutto. Worked with him a lot when I worked for Nick Goulas, and I was the Inevitable Disco Kid. He was from Huntsville, Alabama, just like Bobby Eaton. They'd always ride together.
Never heard of him.
Arville Hutto. Oh, yeah, a good baby face.
Hey, thank you for the question there, Marilyn, whatever. God, what was I just going to say? I was going to say something on that.
Boxing?
No.
Arville Hutto.
What'd you say about him?
Arville Hutto?
Yeah.
He was from Huntsville, Alabama, like Bobby Eaton.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
But Nick Goulas used to have wrestling, I think it was on a Friday in Huntsville all the time, and Bobby'd help put the ring up. I think Hutto did too, and that's how they got in the wrestling business.
Oh, boxing, yeah, I saw Rip get knocked out. We talked about it on an old show. Rip got knocked out, basically through the ropes to the floor. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, took a bump.
So all right, looks like we're wrapping things up. I don't see any more questions. Oh, wait a second. 7 new... you got frozen. Shit. Did you ever meet The Rock? Yes, I did. Rip, surely you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met The Rock. He was cool. Actually, it was his dad was backstage, WWE show. I was an extra, and he introduces The Rock to me. Hi, this is my son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Rocky was with Rocky was with me in OVW as a trainer for a cup of coffee.
Oh, Rocky was
for a short period of time. Yeah,
I kind of remember that.
Because that's when we had to go to Indianapolis. So me and Rocky went to Indianapolis, and they was at what was the name of the Pacers play? Because they keep changing.
Conseco or
they keep changing the name of it. So that's when the Rock said, "Rip, give me your autograph." And I told him to poop off, because I thought he was ribbing me. He says, "No, I was going to high school and blah 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 when you was in Tampa." Oh, okay, but I didn't. But the Rock, Rock was different. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody wants to go live with us. We're not going to do that right now. Hey, what's to know about Kenny Omega? Pretty solid, they said. You think Kenny Omega's pretty solid? Oh, shit. No, I would say no. We're not. I don't think we're big Kenny Omega fans, are we, Rip? I mean, we love AEW, but...
I'm not It depends who he's working with.
No, just say no.
Oh, just say no? Allentown, Pennsylvania. I worked in Allentown. Yeah.
Thoughts on Vince retiring? Rip doesn't think he retired.
He's calling the shots no matter what. Get real. He's majority stockholder.
How many dudes does the average wrestler sleep with? All right.
Dudes? Yeah. I never slept with a dude yet.
No? 0. All right, well, we're wrapping it up. Thoughts on Ric Flair being done, Rip?
Oh, he'll probably...
One more match.
Probably have one more match. Due to popular demand.
Thoughts on Jungle Boy, Rip? You love Jungle Boy?
I've seen him about 10 seconds.
Rip, can you put the host right into an old-fashioned headlock?
Oh, I could, but
that's monster.
Yeah, if he'd send us some Red Bull here to Lila Studios, I would do that every week. I disagree. That's okay. James Duke 442 says I disagree. I think Vince is done. Vince ain't never done. Are you kidding me? He had $20 million to throw out on women he'd hit. They wasn't supposed to say nothing. $20 million.
Yeah.
Wow. God, I wish he would have hit on me. I could have got a little bit of money.
Tips for being workers, 450 pounds, maybe lose some weight.
450. Can do who cares if you can do a moonsault?
Rip, I used to work with Randy Therese. Right?
Oh, Randy, right.
Greetings from Memphis. All right. Hey, thank you guys for TikTok for asking those questions. Follow us on TikTok. Go to Lila Studios, Wrestling with Rip Rogers on YouTube. We got to wrap this show up, Rip. It's dragging on. We're
on fire.
Nobody's watching this thing anyway.
Well,
Can you poke him in the eye for all of us?
Can you poke him in the eye for us? Hey,
Monster drink Red
I'll
Bull.
poke you in the eye. Give me the curly thing. I'll go and block it. You'll put the put
my
your hand
favorite.
up.
I don't.
Put your right hand up here, and I'll still do this, and you go curly.
All right, we're out of here, Rip. Got a big ending for our YouTubers out there. Big out there.
About
big
what?
For YouTube.
A big ending?
Yeah, you like a big ending.
AEW. AEW. AEW.
I'm so sorry the show was probably our most
AEW. This is the greatest show we've done
ever
today.
Done in our life. Like, subscribe, smash it all. Buy Rip's book. Watch this show. Don't watch the show. Just turn it on and let it run. Whatever.
Fantastic. Greatest ever. Don't get any better than this.
Yeah. Big gold and a billfold, so swole that I can't get the shit closed. So I money fold and rubber band wrap, and when it pop, bitches sound like a hand clap.